Welcome. We have
Hey.
returned to Ray Today. We had a series of real life hit us. Well, I did. I had to quit my job finally, which is fucking amazing.
I hope you go in depth about that, by the way.
Now, there isn't too much of an in-depth minus. UPS is the biggest series of scumbaggery that I've ever experienced in my life.
You know, that makes perfect sense. I don't know why, but
You know what it is? It's corporate America. They shit on the little guy because they can, because the little
Yep.
guy needs his money, and then that's kind of like it in a nutshell. You know what I mean?
hmm
But how are you? How are things?
I'm doing great. I kind of live on Path of Exile lately, and I really have nothing to complain about.
How is that? How is everything in the
best.
PoE world?
It's amazing, man.
I've
Like-
actually heard you say that Blizzard is going to buy it and rename
Ah.
it as Diablo 3.
Yeah, Blizzard is going to buy out Path of Exile, and that's going to be Diablo 3 from now on. Like, really, the first thought you play, or the first thought you get when you play, if you were like a Diablo 2 fan, is like, wow, this is really what I expected from Diablo 3.
Yeah, but the
The
problem
game
is
free, dog.
Yeah, but the problem is that there's like mathematics and this tree that's literally it's a web inside of a web that goes into another web
Yeah.
on a tree in a distant being, and that's where it kind of loses me. But that's not my scene. I've never played one of those.
Right. Yeah, it's quite large.
I mean, I
but
played like
yeah,
Fable
it's-
2. I played Fable 2 and
That's
Fable
close
1.
enough.
Is it? It's
Not at all.
Not okay.
No.
Well,
You should try it though. You might like it.
you tell me every day, but it's really not going to happen.
You'll cave eventually, and then
I'm
you just
not
fall
gonna
in
cave.
love.
No, because by the time I cave, you'll be a level 100. I'll be sitting here. I'm like, hey, Cloud, what's this legendary item? And you'll be like, this fucking guy.
I'll just tell you it sucks. You should give it to me.
Yeah, see?
No, but I have like a lot of like,
Scumbaggery.
little shitty characters I play. You can come and like I'll help you. I'll show you how to play the game.
No, you won't.
I mean, maybe for like a night, and that'll be like the last time, and hopefully from then.
Basically,
Like, fall in
what
love.
we're trying to get at here, this whole segment is Cloud's doing. He really wants people to play with, and it's a growing clan that he's building. He is building an army of people who get on Skype and talk to him all night, and that's really what he's looking to do. So if anyone is interested in doing that, that's it.
Yeah, it's fun. We just all have fun. We like the game. It's not
Yeah,
like-
no,
it's called.
let's go. It's a cult. You guys have a ceremony. You fucking got a deer, just like Santa Claus did back in the day, and you wear a skin inside out. I'm
Oh,
with
we
it.
went there again.
The pagans, man. Did you?
Yeah, they give me their orbs.
They do. They do. But so just to get this out of the way, and I know you want nothing to do with it, but I'm going to talk about it.
Oh, is this the Gao J?
The Gal J. So
Yeah.
in case you don't have a Twitter, in which case you're probably not watching the show because that's really all we were promoted on, but Gal J has actually added execution. Now, I believe it's 2 maps on top of the execution, but the thing about it is the only reason it's added is because Maxim Magazine is sponsoring the release of the game. That
Really? Do you have details about that? Because I like had heard like rumblings of that. I don't know like what's really going on.
that is the definite. But the thing is, so there's a little white line under it, and
Mhm.
the problem with it is, though, in order to get the execution and the extra 2 maps, which should be standard, but we'll go into that, you have to pay $20 on top of the game. So you're looking at $80 on release to get the traditional game type.
So they're charging you $20 more for less than like every other game that's out there. That's a good deal. Continue.
But it is free April 1st. So if you really don't want to do anything and just get $60, I guess you're waiting, what, 3 weeks? 2 weeks? I don't know. I would probably go with that approach, to be honest.
This is some sort of April Fool's joke. It has to be.
It's not. But the thing is when you think about it, it kind of, in a weird way, makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because... no, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't
really
at
hoping
all.
to go somewhere
I
further
had
back.
nothing to go with it because the thing is so if you're familiar with other games, we'll just use Halo because I'm Halo savvy. Execution is the basic game type across it. Like that is what competitive play was essentially for 2 whole titles. So from 2006 all the way up to what? 2000
When you said execution.
Yeah.
For a Halo.
No. Execution for Gears.
Okay.
Execution is the root game type, right? Like it's
Yeah.
been played since 2006 all the way to 2009. That is the equivalent of Halo or 343 trying to launch Halo 5 without Team Slayer, unless Max Magazine picks up it for the launch. It makes no fucking sense.
Are they gonna sponsor like tournaments and shit, or are they just
No.
like this one-time thing?
I think they're just trying to get in on the release to try to be like, hey, look at us, we're here, what's up, how you doing, do you have any hot chicks we can throw on a cover? That's it.
Oh my god, the Gamer Girl scramble.
Hey, it's a pretty decent market, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot to work with.
But you know, it got me thinking, and regardless, I think everyone, if you're a traditional Gears player, should be slightly happy, even though you're kind of getting fucked over with the sense that you have to pay an extra $20. But minus that, it got me thinking that, you know, I think the whole business model of competitive games on the console, or not even competitive games, any game on the console really, is just flawed. Okay? And what I mean by that is that you're paying there's so many games out there, like Crysis 3, $60. Like, I'm not going to pay $60 for this game that I think is going to potentially suck or that I'm not going to like. And if I turn it back in, I'm going to get, what, $40 a week later? That's not worth it. You know?
It's absolutely the case, and especially with the free-to-play, like the advent of that, where people are ending up paying more.
Yeah. But so what I was thinking is, why not say, fuck it, right? Get rid of the $60 release fee and charge a month-to-month rate, right? Let's call it $750. Would you pay, if you had an Xbox 360, even though, just run with me here, and we'll explain more in depth, okay? Would you not pay $750 if you had an Xbox 360 to pick up Gears J, Gal J? One
just
time,
$7.50.
One for the first month, $7.50, just to see if it was sucked or not. Would you pay it?
That sounds pretty. Yes, probably.
Okay.
That sounds pretty reasonable.
Completely reasonable, because you have no faith left in the entire thing of console. But you're like, you know what? This game kind of made me who I am. I'm sitting here with a Mega Man t-shirt. My glasses are slightly dirty, but moving forward.
See that?
Nah, I'm kidding. I didn't even notice. I was just throwing random accusations out there. But if you picked it up and you liked it, okay, so let's say you bought it March 1st. Okay, game's not out March 1st. Don't fucking go belittling me here. It's like, it comes out the 19th or whatever. Just relax. Let's say you bought it March 1st, and you're like, you know, I actually really like this game. I'm going to play it again. So then you get it, and April 1st comes around, you get charged another $750. Okay, and it just keeps piling up until you're done with the game entirely. Okay, so looking at, I think I crunched it, and if a good competitive game lasts 3 years, right? Taking Halo as like the base, right? Well, yeah. just taking console, like the longest longevity is Halo 2, Halo 3, which is 3 years. 3 years, if they charged every single month $750, is $270. But with that would have to come like an agreement where they say, you know what? We are going to give you a spectator mode. We're going to give you developer support, and we're going to give you ranked playlist.
Now, are you saying that you would never stop paying $750? It would be like an MMO?
Yeah, you continuously
would you ever own the game and not have to pay a subscription anymore? Or is it
so it's like every month, right? So
for
March,
3 years you're playing the game.
Every time you want to log on, if you get on, let's say you started March 1st, right, and you don't play all the way up till April 17th of the same year, as soon as you log back on, you have to pay $750. So a lot of people, it's gonna.
That, dude. That's.
But a lot of people, if you have developer support and you know that it's gonna have competitive play and you know it's gonna keep growing upon itself and it's in for longevity, I would have no problem paying $270 for 3 more years of Halo 2.
I mean, Halo 2, if it was on that scale of like how much appeal it had,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's how this model would work. It would have to be a very appealing game, is what I'm saying.
I still don't like that. Like that's still like. I understand that they have to make their money, but there has to be a more intelligent way to go about it than that. Like, you can play games like League and Path of Exile totally for free. So
how much money have you dumped into League of Legends?
Huh?
How much money do you think you've dumped into League of Legends?
Oh, I've dumped in a lot, but that's irrelevant. That's been on, like, all skins and stuff. I haven't needed to spend that money. I've wanted to spend that money. Just pay homage to the game.
Yeah, but the thing is there's no way in hell console games can ever go to a free-to-play model. There's just no way. They can't. I mean, you could make it $5. You could make it you can make it anything, really, when you think about it. But the thing is you're paying for a game that's going to actually be there and have tournaments and have all the backing you need. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it has online tournaments hosted by the developer. And the main reason I think it's a good idea is not just because of competitive play, but because that way we don't get these stupid cookie-cutter bullshit fucking games anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's one thing then. If they were going to make like a game devoted to that, and like that's how they sustain themselves, then definitely.
yeah, I get
Definitely.
I'm
But it would
so
have to be like more Halo 1 and less Halo 2, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's like a game like Shadowrun, right? With developer
Here we
support.
go again.
But I'm saying, like, these are my examples, right? Like, even like Gal 1. Like, it doesn't matter any fucking game. Black Ops 2 is like the closest it is, right? For console games, and even that, I've never watched it, so I can't say anything about it. I probably will never watch it because it just doesn't pique my interest. I'm not knocking the
Right.
players. Like if Ogre 2's in the finals, I may tune in like game 11, game 9, but that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even like game 1 or 2, just to show
Nah.
some love? Like, that's
Nah.
a Halo guy, man.
I get it, it's a Halo guy, but it's like it's not my forte. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? Like I'm not personally doing anything with it.
Right.
that's how I
It
feel.
reflects positively on you if you come from somewhere where he's dominating. Anyway, go ahead. What were we saying?
It does, but at the same time, it's like I'm not watching 8 games of fucking shit, right? Like in my mind, I'm not interested in it, so why would I waste my time?
No, that makes sense.
That's all I'm saying. But that's why I think the model it could possibly be successful.
Right.
And the thing is, when I think about it too, like at least it would work for some of the shittier games. Like if Crysis 3 is like $750, like a month, I'm probably gonna play the game and beat it within a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm never gonna touch the goddamn thing again. So I pay $750 for the game. But it's the same thing for everyone. What the hell did you just type to me?
Nothing to you. That's just for later.
Okay.
I think that was a good talking point.
Ah, that's what's up. But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like games like that can't be $60. I'm not paying $60 for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're not paying fucking $60
There's
for it.
no way.
There's absolutely no way. But that's my whole spell on it. I really did. I think the console may just be on the out, man.
Yeah, and it really looks like it is because for that to work, it really starts with somebody actually making a good game and not just like, a good game or even a really good game. It has to be like an extraordinary, like restart the cycle, excellent game. And that just, I'm starting to lose faith that that's ever gonna happen, or at least like not for a while when it comes to console shooters.
I think it's got to be damn close to happening almost in general. You know what I mean? Like games are really. I mean, yeah, you have your Path of Exiles, but games that are big like League of Legends or StarCraft 2 really go on a swing. Like the next game that'll probably be big in our generation of gaming would probably be what? Fucking Warcraft 3,
Firefall has a chance.
Firefall, Warcraft 4, whenever
I
that
thought you were
comes
about
out.
to say World of Tanks. I was gonna reach through the mic and slap.
Yo, act like you don't get down with the World of Tanks, though.
Son, I really don't.
I know you don't. I can't get
Like
you to play.
I think about getting on World of Tanks, and my head involuntarily starts shaking, and I just know it's not happening.
Yeah, I know. It is it has its moments. It all depends on the map.
Jess?
When you get a kill, and you go.
That has to feel good.
I've hidden this butch for 7 hours.
Finally, someone moved, and I shot him.
But that's literally exactly how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
But to get off of the old, what's it called, console gaming here.
Yeah.
You're such a fucking hater, dude.
I mean, I'm sorry,
I
don't
know,
want me to
I
shit
know.
on the place. Actually, I kind of do, but I mean, that's where I started. But it's like,
Yeah.
god damn, sound like you adapt, or you fucking just
You
get
got
down
to.
with the shit.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, I don't think you're wrong.
Thank you.
I mean, people are gonna make their money. Don't get me wrong, off of consoles. Hold on, watch this play. Watch the play. Watch the play.
We'll play.
Oh!
We'll play.
Oh, it's so average. It's like the first time I didn't fucking fail flash on it. You'll see it in a second. Don't worry. It's
Is it on the stream? I didn't have the stream.
okay. Well, then don't worry about it. You're not gonna fucking see it. It's just an escape. Nothing.
Okay.
I thought we were on the
You
same
got
page
away.
here.
So you didn't even kill anybody? You got away?
Nope, just got away. It was a damn good
You were
getaway
going
though.
fuck just now.
Yeah, it was. I was just really happy. You know what I mean?
I do. Who are you playing as?
Nah, I'm playing the Caters. I really started to fall in love with her and her voluptuous rack and her poke. You know?
You're talking about Kate?
Yeah, she got some.
No, but you did the best with her. I think it's your best character. You should.
I think it's honestly my only character.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I think from playing so much League of Legends, which is a game of, you get. I don't know how to explain it, but like you can grind, like it is possible. But the thing is it's so hard to continue to put in time when you just get raped by teammates, and there's nothing they can do about it. There's
No, I
nothing.
can't.
You can't. It's life.
Mhm.
It's such a gamble.
There are just games where you can play perfectly and like you're not going to win, and that really doesn't sit well with some people, probably us included. I
Yeah.
can't really sit down and play like a bunch of games in a row.
Yeah. It's because it's a team game, right? So like,
I think it's not that it's a team game. I think it's that it's too much of a team game. Like everybody
Yeah.
has too much
Yeah.
responsibility.
that's the team game, man. There is no I in team, dog. You know what I'm saying? But like
Jeez.
StarCraft, I could see like being able to play continuous and like in ladder and grind.
Right. 'Cause
Which
if you
is-
fuck up, it's like, oh, I fucked up.
Yeah,
Like, you
which
can't
is
blame anybody else.
you know what is going on with this? I've seen grind thrown around so much recently. I'm on the grind. What the fuck gives?
Coming back.
No, it never went away. Everyone's been on a grind. Why can't you just say, I'm playing? Everything's a grind. Hyperbole is like all-time high these days.
We're all trained to make like sensationalist titles and stuff like that, and get people more interested in things that aren't interesting.
And you think that's what it is? You think it's the hype?
Yeah, I mean, what else could it be? Nobody's gonna say, "Hey, come watch this mediocre thing," where I'm like half-assing it.
I'm slightly trying in this one, bud.
50%.
But dude, so real life actually may be coming and hitting me in the face. I may have like
Explain.
I may have like a job, like a career. So
Oh, shit.
I have the if I pass the license, right, I get my health and life insurance license. I can be a insurance agent, which is kind of like down here right now. I'm really waiting on the sheriff's department. But dude, it started hitting me. Like, it started hitting me recently that like I'm possibly not becoming a kid, right? Like I am
Right.
slowly maturing. But the
This is
thing is
yeah,
like almost fucking thinking about it like creates this like anxiety. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
well, I know, if anything, I know less about the world now than when I was 18, Because when you're
Right.
18, you have every fucking answer, but now you have none. But, I stopped and thought about, like, what the hell has happened the past, because, traditional people, they get out of high school, well, nowadays, right? They get out of high school, they go to college, they get done with college around 22, 23, then they have,
Right.
like, their career laid out in front of them. Like, what the hell was I doing for the past 3 years? You know what I mean?
I feel the same way. It's crazy to think about like those people. Like they really don't have to worry about much
Nothing.
ever again. They like have a career already.
But it's like, like, what was I doing in this time to push it back? And, I stopped it.
Partying.
Huh? Yeah,
Partying.
right? Just being, I mean, living, I guess. But, and I'm not going to take that. I'm never going to take it back. But I stopped to think, like, maybe I have something innate in me, right? Where I don't necessarily want to start my life up completely yet.
Right.
And because of that, like, I kind of self-sabotage in my own way, right? So
Mhm.
I stopped giving a shit about school, really, because, fuck school, right? Who needs school when you're, well, I got, like, 8,000, 10,000 followers on Twitter. Fuck school, you know what I mean? Like, that's, and, I think really when I look at it, the big thing is you end up digging, like, everyone ends up digging this hole for themselves where it's like, it's so crazy to think you can get out of it. You know what I mean? And I think that just that thought of getting out of that hole is what causes so much anxiety in people, because it's like, holy shit, I'm like trapped in this fucking ditch, like there's fucking lava falling in on me now for some reason because it's a ditch next to a volcano and my skin is burning, but I can't get out of it.
So you're just saying when the safety net comes away, when you're like living alone and you're self-reliant and all that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like, I feel like most people fail to, and myself included, because, you know, I even, like, I could be studying right now for the health insurance, but, you know,
Yeah, why aren't you, by the way? You haven't even been touching that book. I know for a fact.
It's awful. Everything's so subtle differences. But I think the problem is people end up getting so fixated on how far they are behind. You know what I mean? And it's hard to dig out of it.
Self-defeating, bro.
And I know you're in like the similar boat.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes and no. I do know what you mean. And yes, I am in that boat, but also no, I'm not in that boat.
All right. Well, so let me get something here, fucking Dr. Cloud.
What?
Weigh in on it. I gotta hear.
All right. Well,
You don't have to use you. I just want your theory on the matter.
I think it's important to know like where you want to go and what you want to do, and I think to know that you kind of have to know yourself. You know, I feel like we've talked about this a lot, but I think it's important to just take some time, like for you, and just like do the things that like you want to do, and like let that drive you a little bit. You know what I mean? So.
But do you honestly do you honestly think like taking that time actually has a direct carryover? Because like most everyone else, people are afraid of settling, right? And I know I could be completely content with where I'm at if I were to just like hang out. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah.
But you think it does carry over?
I'm kind of confused what you're asking me, but I do agree with the fear of settling really is like a big part of it, because that's part of like what drew me to this realization is when I was a DJ, you know, I was making like pretty good money and I was like, you know, working a lot and it was nice, but it's like it wasn't so much money that I was like living large, you know what I mean, that I could sustain like that type of lifestyle. And it's like there was the possibility of advancement and whatnot, but it's like, did I really want to bank on that? And it just kind of scared me when one day, like I woke up, I was like, damn, I've had this job for 2 years. Like once you get to 18, like the years just start flying after that. It's been what I found. And I don't want to get caught.
2 years?
Yeah, about that, probably more.
Damn.
2.5.
That's crazy.
I just don't want to like, you know, wake up with like what happened if I had woke up and had that realization when I was 40. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. I'm still going to bars, hitting on fucking college girls. Like,
my voice is fucked up. I've been chain smoking cigarettes. Because there's no way you cannot work at a bar and be a DJ without taking a smoke break. There's no way.
Like even just to like get out of there.
Yeah, just to get out. You're like fucking epilepsy mixed with hot underage girls who I didn't ID, but it doesn't matter.
All right, bro.
Underage is in under 21, bro. Relax, okay?
Okay.
Not fucking jailbait.
Right.
You know, you always assume the worst. That's your.
The brakes.
That's you. You know.
No, you assuming I assume the worst is you assuming the
worst.
I
could tell by I could tell by the eyebrows being raised right away what you meant. Don't act.
I know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, don't act.
Tell me I have a tell. We're playing poker.
Oh yeah.
No. Anyway.
But dude, I don't know, man.
Girls.
That's like, fuck. It just sucks, like, having to grow up, you know what I mean? Because no one has these answers. And everyone thinks people have the answer, but no one has any fucking answer.
No.
There's no answer.
That's because the trick is to find your own answers, dog. Like, does that make sense? Like, you really just...
Yeah, just keep going with it. I think you're onto something.
People can sit there and, like, give you life lessons till they're blue in the face, but, like, if you have no way of, like... correlating that, like it doesn't make, you can't really see it until you know it. Like you can't know it until you experience it. Does that make sense? Like
yeah, it's all about the experience, man. But like,
and you need context, and that's a big part of these experiences. Like, you know, something's not scary. If you hear like a scary story and all the lights are on, it's like whatever the fuck. But if all the lights are off, suddenly Dead Space 3 is like a game that you can't fuck with at all.
That's a scary game.
Yeah. It's a scary fucking game.
I've never even heard of Dead Space.
You never heard of Dead Space?
No, not once.
Play video games?
Yeah, sometimes, from time to time.
The third one just came out. I heard it was decent.
I'll tell you what I did play, though, was Amnesia. and that game
Okay.
was. I didn't get it. I attempted to stream it. Apparently, my lantern runs out, and like you're like a beast, and there's like a
Yep.
shadow behind you, and you're trying to find your old. Story didn't do it for me. Meh.
Right. How much did you play? Like 10 minutes? And you were like, fuck this?
15.
15. I knew that, you scumbag. You were just like, yep, this isn't for me. You heard like the first growl. You're like, nope. And now you're trying to play it off like you weren't terrified. Good.
I was. You can go back and watch the stream. I was a complete pussy. I was sitting there with like my fucking hood on, like shaking. Like I'm not good with those kind of like movies like that
Mm-hmm.
and video games like that. I'm not good with. Like I can watch Saw all the way through and have no problem, but I've never like Exorcist movies. I don't mess with the
Right.
whole
Supernatural.
supernatural beings, man. Nah.
Yeah.
Because there's no proof. There's no proof they're not here. You
Yeah,
know?
it's the possibility. It's definitely out there.
Yeah, and I don't like that. That uncertainty kills me.
Right. You know, another thing about, like, it's just you don't have, like, a weapon, so it's so fucking passive. You walk around with a lantern, but you, like, can't hit anybody with it, so it's just for light. That's kind of, like,
Yeah.
that's what scares me. Like, nothing, these scary games aren't really scary, but just fucking not being able to defend yourself, that's what I don't fuck with.
Yeah, because those games really suck you into the story.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing you want to do is get sucked into a story like that when you can't defend yourself. That's like,
Right.
you know those dreams when you're getting chased by something and you're booking it, but you, no matter how fast you run, you can get in a car, fly down the road, and this guy's just casually walking and he's catching up to you, and then you go to swing at him and you connect, and it's just like, and you're like, fuck, I'm a pussy, and you throw another one and it's like nothing. You're just punching
Yep.
in water.
You just can't do anything. Yeah.
That's that game.
Exactly.
So that I can't do it.
Yeah, why would you want to play a nightmare? Actually, I could see the appeal in that, but
Yeah, I could
it's
too.
not for me.
I could too. You know, eventually, what's going to end up happening with video games is
What?
I think it's going to
Light
get
me.
I think it's going to get to the point where science is going to get so far that you're going to be able to like certain people are going to be able to like log in with their mind, and you get to see their fucking thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you get to play their game. Like you get to relive their emotions or their memories or everything. And so it'd be like a big
Jesus.
appeal for like, celebrities, right? You're like,
Uh-huh.
this I get to hook up to like who's Ray Lewis and see if he
God.
you know what I mean?
Oh, that guy that one night?
Yeah, did he
Give me a
fucking
rush.
kill him? Like, I'm gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just gonna be all open. Like, that's the next level. Because you got these MMOs where you're playing these characters in like medieval times. Next, it's gonna be it's not gonna be gamer where you're hooked up to people on death row and you're killing people, right?
Right.
It's not gonna be like that. There's too many inhumane charges that'll happen. It's gonna be something fucking crazy, like hooking up to someone's thoughts. And then what's going to happen is because of all these online relationship bullshits that are happening, which, you know, if they're for you, hats off, whatever, not for me. It's going to be a way for you to express your feelings to your significant other.
Aww.
You know what I'm saying?
Link up on the internet?
Yes.
Cuddle?
So it's just like, hey, look, you can see I'm not messing with anyone else, babe, and you fucking put these fucking electrodes on your head, and it just fucking, you go into like a trance, and you're sitting there, and you take like a psychedelic, and then they're just fucking looking into your mind.
So what's the timetable on this terrifying
That's,
future that you envision?
I don't know, probably by the time I'm dead.
Hopefully.
That's what I see, and I know it seems fucking crazy because, quite frankly, it is. But that's like the only thing left, you know?
Yeah, I mean, until they invent some other crazy shit. Like, I'm sure in like 200 years, like, there'll be some think outside the box type of shit.
Yeah.
That, like, we never could have envisioned that as, like, the norm.
Dude, I don't even think this fucking Earth's gonna be around for 200 years.
Really? You're one of those guys?
No, I just
We're killing the Earth.
no, not that. No. I just don't put faith in society. You know what I mean? Like,
So why don't you just say our society won't be around?
well, dude, it's gonna go hand in hand. We're like on the fringe. Like, I could never live in South Korea. You're like on the fringe of dying like every day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that, like, there's a line drawn in the sand.
Fuck
That
that.
shit's just a war zone.
I couldn't do that. That's not me.
Really? That's exciting.
That's
It's
exciting
not like
to
it's
you?
Afghanistan either. Like, it's like, they're crazy as shit, North Korea, but they're also, like, Are they kind of a little bit like Vigar in League of Legends sometimes? Like, you know what I mean?
No, please
Just
continue.
The tiny master of evil. Like, they're just they're a fucking poor country.
Okay.
Like, they get a lot of aid from South Korea.
I don't know. That's just like, but you know what? Like, that's, think about how we're not very
Right.
far away from like catastrophe happening everywhere.
I feel you, but
Right?
the reason I said that was because it's not like Afghanistan or like what's the other place where there's like open revolution. Like, we got it pretty
Iran?
fucking good. I
Iraq. Oh, open revolution. The
Somewhere else.
Sunni and Shiites,
think it's like Serbia.
wherever the fuck
not
they're
Serbia.
at.
God, I feel like so ignorant.
I don't know. I feel
Anyway.
like I don't know either.
The point is, there's crazy shit going on around the world, and we have it pretty good.
Absolutely. But like, how long before? Hey, all right. Now imagine you got 20,000 drones flying overhead every fucking day. Mix that
That's not
with the Patriot Act, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're telling me a lot of people are going to be content with
No,
that?
it's not going to be good.
No, that's not going to be good. But it's going to pass. I mean, it's already passed. Now states have to regulate it themselves.
Put up no.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like that's how it is. States are going to have to regulate that, but so getting the fuck away from politics because I want nothing to do with the topic because it's all nothing more
We
than
can talk for days of just the same stuff. And how
you know what it
it's-
is. I have figured out what the news is and what everything else is. The news is nothing more than the telephone game, right?
No, it's pretty true. That's a very accurate assessment.
So you have a reporter seeing it through their perception, and it's their fucking perception that they're seeing it, and the people who are living it in their perception. Like, you're really going to trust a perception on everything because
Right.
you're not biased? I mean, you're going to see the world completely different than what it really is. But besides the fact, so you have a reporter, and she's taking these interviews on the sidelines, and you got this guy who just wants to be on TV, and he's like, oh my god, I have no idea, it's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, Bob's going off.
And then she takes it, and she gets on camera, and she goes, he said he saw 7 bombs drop, and she's like fucking gasping for air, and they like put a fan on her to look like, and then they take it, and then they
Doesn't sound
just
like a movie.
they just butcher it,
Yeah.
right?
Peace.
They butcher it to shit. And then it gets back to like the Fantastic Five. They get back to like the Fantastic Five on Fox 5, and then they take the story and they're like, well, we heard there was 7 bombs and Barack Obama actually led the charge of the bombs. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, how is there 7 different stories?
Yep.
Like, remember Sandy Hook? Remember the Sandy Hook bullshit?
Yeah, that was a shit show, man. That was an absolute
And
shit show.
I'm not
That was-
saying, it's a fucking conspiracy, because God knows I didn't put any bit of time into it.
Mhm.
But on the news report, there was, like, the first one was like, there was 3 shooters, and his mother was a teacher, and he went into the school, killed his mother first, and then the kids. And then, like, 30 minutes later, it was like, 1 shooter, his mother was still a teacher, and he killed all the kids all at the same time. And then it was like, okay, so 3-1, okay, whatever. And then next day it was like, well, the mother was like a substitute, like once, and the kid came in because he was like a friendly face, and he killed the mom at home. So it's like, you can't fuck up a story that bad. You
Yeah, it
can't.
was just nonsense.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's why it's a big fucking telephone game. And politics are nothing more than a hallucination.
Agreed, bud.
It's just...
Entire media is just a joke. You get better fucking... Your best bet is just read 8 things on the internet and try to put the pieces
That's what you
together.
do, right?
Huh?
You go with the piece it yourself. Piece it
Sorry?
together yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I mean, just do a little bit of research, read between the lines a little bit, draw a conclusion. It might be right, it might be wrong, don't be one of those fucking people screaming about gun rights at like some rally, but, just stay informed. It's very simple.
By the way, pro guns. Yeah, seriously though.
No, seriously. Like, you have the right to be armed.
Yeah,
Exercise it.
well, you don't need 27 boys in the chamber. Motherfucker, if I want a gun, I want a gun. You don't need a reason to have a gun. Right? But damn, fuck you. I'm not talking about this.
Guns don't kill, people.
Yeah, I saw the most def picture. By the way,
Oh?
before we go on this def and then wrap everything up, Yeah Def is sweeping the country, and I want Cloud to kind of give you a perfect example as to what Yeah Def is. So Cloud, please do the honors of talking about the Yeah Def.
Bro, what the fuck are you talking about?
Just give me an example of people who, because we're going to be saying Yeah Def all the time because it's sweeping everything.
Oh, right. So you just want kind of like an introduction to
An
Yeah Def.
introduction to the Yeah Def.
All right. Well, basically, I'm trying to think of like a good way, like a middle ground for everybody. But basically, Yeah Def is just a way of like something is so retarded that you have a million arguments like for it or against it, but it's just so not worth your time. So you sum it up in just 2 simple words and a comma. Yeah, definitely. And then you just walk away.
Yeah.
So like, and there's a lot of people like, who market themselves or act in very definitely ways, via social media, etc. And you probably know the exact people I'm talking about.
And so Yeah Def is absolutely.
My brother's like shadowboxing next to me. The weirdo.
Yeah, that's what's up though, man. You guys stay in shape. I'm with that.
Fucking sweep kick him right now.
You won't.
Trying to get roundhouse cake? Is that what you're saying?
I was raising my hand to fucking give him the face slap.
Yo, by the way, Face, that article, I fully read it. Yeah Def.
Shout out to Face. Yeah, the Face on Reddit. Yeah, exactly. Face is like, there should be a premium league where I can pay money to call kids trash cans without having to worry about getting banned. Yeah, why not go play Heroes of New Earth? That game's good.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
My brother's weighing in on this. He's not part of the... He is now. He's laughing at Face with us.
Yeah, that's good. That's an inside joke. You guys can't pick up on it at all. But
No need for that.
Cloud will tweet it afterwards, and you can laugh. But so.
I'll give you upvote though. People need to see this shit.
Oh, really? I don't fucking do Reddit. I
You're a
don't.
stubborn fucking guy. You're like a really old young person.
I stay true to my routes. This is so distracting. Look at this. The audacity of this guy. He's like.
I'm listening to you still.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking get over here. I'm gonna talk to my brother.
He said it's urgent. Anyway, I heard you though. Continue.
You know what it is? It's just I have my beliefs, and I don't like to change. Like, it takes a lot for me to change my perception.
That's the most ignorant shit I've ever.
It takes a lot. I'm open-minded.
Stick to my guns.
Hey, listen, I'm open-minded. I'm not gonna just be like, oh, fuck you for not thinking this. Like, I can understand the sides of the argument. Like, I understand why you do it, but I don't knock you for it. I just don't do it myself.
So the phrase "change is good." This doesn't ring true to you whatsoever. You hate change.
No, it's not that I hate change. I just keep it true to my personal beliefs. So my moral compass, if you will, my moral compass leads me against going to Reddit. I got destroyed by Reddit.
Reddit, the site, is awesome. Reddit, the people, the community. Is
Yeah, well, when you have
It's something else.
17 bajillion StarCraft kids
Oh,
reaming
God,
down on you for making fun of them for being nerds, and
they don't even know who you are.
it
anymore.
was it doesn't matter. It was hurtful.
Hey, it's still good press. Like, if you make a post on Reddit and people roll up on you, like, hey, aren't you that fucking faggot that plays Halo that we all shit on? And like,
Nah,
you're just like, yeah, man, that's me.
That's not me,
You
though.
could probably turn that into a positive real quick.
You think so?
Yeah, fuck yeah. And besides, like, there'll be people like talking and responding to you, even if you are.
Yo, dude,
If it is, just to remind you.
Yo,
to shit
dude,
on.
the people, they are fucking ruthless killers. I got made fun of everything from my hairline to my fucking teeth to like my ears, and like I had fucking headphones on. I was like, "How do you see my ears?"
Oh my god.
Yo, son, it was a dagger.
You
Complete
gotta love the
dagger.
haters, man. You
Nah,
gotta nestle them to your bosom.
fuck that. I can't stand it, dude.
All right, well,
Hey,
you're being set in your ways.
Hey, you can't goddamn win them all, Cloud. If there's one thing I know, there's one goddamn thing I know. It's that you can't win them all.
Quickest way to make everyone hate you is try to make everyone like you.
Shoot, yeah, brother. Yeah, I heard this one thing on the radio, and it said, if you don't stand for nothing, then you'll fall for anything. And that done rang a bell for me, brother.
You're goddamn right, man. Ain't nothing quite like them fucking pussies that say they're with pacifism
Shit.
or any of that other stupid
Pacifism is a goddamn problem on society, but the thing about it is like, how the hell you going to defend for your country if you're pacifist?
Right. Makes no sense.
Don't-
Makes no sense.
Don't make a goddamn lick of sense, brother. And I'm sitting over here scratching my goddamn head because I'm thinking, if there was a country built on pacifists, I could go in there myself, kick all their asses, and then take control of the country.
That's right. You would all of a sudden be the ruler of a country, and not many people can say that. That's for true.
Hey, Doc, shit, boy, you're preaching to the goddamn choir. That is for true, my man.
All right, let's.
All right, well, that's going to do it.
Oh, that's how we're gonna end.
I think that was fun.
That's the high point that you're just like, all right, everybody.
I think, that kind of wraps it up.
Yeah, I mean,
you need...
cover the bases. Yeah.
Yeah, cover the bases. So, once again, if you ever have any questions or you want us to talk about something, let us know. We don't always have to do a live show. We can probably record it and throw it up on YouTube. Our YouTube is Scott
Yeah.
Gandhi. I kind of just use him on my YouTube to get more views. So feel free to subscribe to that. Actually, please subscribe to that and like our videos.
Yes, please.
That's what you got to ask nicely.
No, it's true.
You got to.
You can't just demand like likes or views.
Yeah, dude, that's fucked up, and people always do that shit.
You know, my fans like this video. Oh.
Okay, you
That's an
hate the
example of
fans.
shit,
You
though.
hate the fans. You hate
No,
that.
I don't hate the fans. I hate when people are just like talking to other people and looking down on them just because they're like better at a video game or they make stuff that makes other people laugh. You get what I'm saying? Or they make more money.
So
Like,
you
it's one thing
think?
if somebody identifies himself, they're like, hey, I'm a fan of this guy. I think he's awesome. He's great. I support the shit out of him. But when you look at people and you're just like, what's up, my fans? That's like, it's pretty ridiculous to me, man.
All right, so if I come to you and I say I'm such a Cloud fan, like, oh my God, rated A, Frel, would you say, when you introduce me to someone, would you be like, oh, this is my fan blank? Or would you go, oh, this is Scott?
I would go, oh, this is Scott. Absolutely. And 100%. Do you think of it? That's the most disrespectful like instance I could think of. Thank you for saving me having to come up with an example. Like, yeah, this is Paul. He's a fan of my shit. Just-
Okay, so let's say like 7 people swarm you, right?
Okay.
And you're like fucking like trying to dodge through and you're like, oh shit, no fucking pictures, I'm in sweatpants, like get the fuck out. And you're like scrolling through an MLG event and people are like, what was that all about? What would you say? What would you say?
I just shrug, be like, I don't know, I gotta go.
If
Yeah,
someone
that's
asked
fair.
you why you just dodged through 7 people, you wouldn't be like, oh, I don't know, I guess they're fans?
I would say they wanted a picture, they wanted something. I wouldn't be like, yeah, those are just fans of mine.
So you
It's
really
not
don't like that
real.
at all, huh?
I don't really see like that. To me, is kind of almost like a passive-aggressive way of trying to put yourself on a pedestal. And I mean, for some people it isn't. Whatever. If it resonates for you, keep doing it. But that's not something I'll ever do. I don't fuck with that. Not that there's ever going to be an instance where there are people that would be fans.
It could be. That's interesting, though. I've never really looked at it that way.
Well,
So, but
That's why
okay,
every
so
sucks.
instead of saying fans, could you say these are my peoples with like an
yeah, you could definitely
apostrophe?
say that. These are my peoples. These are my supporters.
So-
You know,
so-
they're down for the cause.
So supporters is better than fans in your
Yeah.
mind.
Because fan is short for fanatic. Like,
Yeah.
is it not?
But I
Somebody is
think
a
I think
fanatic to
gamers
somebody.
definitely can have fans.
Right, but I mean, there's very few examples of the people that have reached the pinnacle of that where it's like they're so obviously famous that it's like, okay, they have lots of fans.
So if
And then there's like the subdivision of people that are so many rungs below that, but they'll take every opportunity they can to try to just throw the word fan in people's faces. Like, oh, I have so many fans.
so you think gaming, it's like you have to be the best at something to have fans.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
No, that's not what I meant. I just don't like. There's a lot of self-promotion that goes into it too, and I'm not a fan of that.
So is it more of the self-promotion or is it just the fandom
Yeah,
itself?
that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
It's just the message of like, you know, trying to put yourself up here.
I'm with that. Makes sense. I don't know if I'll
Every
ever.
other talk.
I don't know if I'll ever agree with you, but it hits home. I think maybe now you think I'm a douchebag, but
Honestly, no, it's good enough for
nah,
me.
it's whatever. I understand. It's whatever. I'm a douchebag.
Do you have fans, Scott, Gandy, Luther?
Shit, no, brother. Only fan I got is my goddamn fishing reel, and that don't make a lick of sense, boy.
Hey man, I got a bloodhound. He's a big fan of me. That's the only time
Sheesh.
I bike and be. It's like.
I fucking hate you. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Cloud, you got anything else?
Nah. PathofExile.com.